But what has been so typical about Tottenham this season, I've got Tottenham friends, is like Darren said, you never know which one's going to turn up. And they could either win 4-0 or get embarrassed and lose 2 or 3-0 to a team they should not even be contested against.
Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it, these last 2 matches, how this has happened. I wondered whether maybe teams were starting to figure out how to play against an Antonio Conte side.
Sorry, I was just laughing at when you said there about the more training. I would have hated that. I hated training, so probably I'd be fatigued as well going into it. But I think that is a really good point, though. That game against Brentford were the better side. Whether they worked them out, whether it was freshness, whatever it was, really poor. And you're looking at Tottenham's front three. There's no way they should be not scoring, not creating chances, and not testing the goalkeeper. Everyone would love that front line, you know. So it is very, very bizarre. And what's even more bizarre is you're going for top 4. It's like the position nobody wants, but it's there to take, to grab. And I just found that quite surprising. It's a bit harsh, but they bored me against Brentford. And how can that be when you're going for that position and the players you've got? It was really surprising.
But the reason I brought up the mental thing, and people might be wondering why is he going on about it, you've always got to concentrate. If you remember when they beat City and Harry Kane put in, I think it was Son, and straight after the game he said, we worked on this in training, and it was a very specific movement that they'd worked on. So it suggests that Antonio Conte goes through a lot of specific movements for the opposition, which then becomes mentally tiring. And like you said, if people think, well, hang on a minute, we normally do that, we'll just do like Brentford, for example, we'll just change it a little bit. That unsettles all your preparation and, again, adds to more mental fatigue. I mean, I'm sounding like football's complicated here.
We make it complicated.
We make it, that's what
exactly.
it is.
To be fair, I mean, all of the work that he's done, he's drilled Doherty into being a better player, Davis into being a better player, Højbjerg looks revitalised, Kane's a different player to the start of the season, Dyer's a better player, Real's the same, but, you know, you can't have everything. But, you know, a lot of the other players have been fantastic under Antonio Conte, and I think that's the reason why I still got confidence it could be quite an explosive end to the season.
In terms of the fight for the top 4 then, off the back of what we've seen in the last 2 performances from Tottenham, is it still in their favour, or has that changed now? Is it now Arsenal?
I really don't know. Neither. I'm like, flick a coin. I'm like, where's it going to... I don't know. I'm going to sit on the fence and be a great pundit here. I don't know. You just literally flick a coin because they're so inconsistent. Sorry, Jules, I don't know.
That's fine. You don't have to give me a straight answer.
Well,
What do you think?
And again, sort of predicting what's going to happen in 5 games is very dangerous, not just for Tottenham fans, but for football pundits in general, or fans in general. But if we use the same analogies that we've had for Manchester City and Liverpool, the fact that they've got European competition to think about, well, Leicester are in a good position to get to a European final.
Yeah.
Tottenham are in a great position to utilise the fact that Brendan Rodgers is already possibly focusing on the second leg. Get the win and then put the pressure on Arteta. And one thing I would argue with Arsenal, even though they would say it was a great result beating Manchester United, they're a team that don't seem to handle the pressure of holding on to 4th place. So if you put the pressure on them, Arsenal will fold rather than Tottenham being successful, if that makes sense.
Yeah.